What we're going to have a look at today is how to do what's known as a custom sort in Excel. And the idea of a custom sort is that there are occasions when your list that you need to sort isn't alphabetical, or it doesn't make sense for it to be alphabetical. And using the example we have here, we have products where they are discounted over a particular month in the year. So if we wanted to see all the January items and then followed by the February items and so on, a regular sort wouldn't be able to achieve that for us. Now there are two places in Excel that you could go to if you wanted to sort your data. I normally tend to come to these buttons over here, which are on the Home tab, just because that's where I tend to spend most of my time in Excel. Alternately, you can use the Data tab, which you see here, and then the sorting buttons are in the center, or about the center. It doesn't really matter which way you use, whether you use the Data or the Home tab. Ultimately, you're going to get to the same screens. So, having a look at the months as they stand now, if I were to just sort them, you'll see that, yes, that they do go into alphabetical order, but that doesn't really make sense in terms of the list requirements. And in order to get what I need, I have to do a custom sort. So I'm doing this on the Data tab, and that means I click onto the very large Sort button that you can see on the screen. And you will now see a pop-up window appears. And in this pop-up window are the various columns within your data that you can sort against. And the column drop-down list, if I click it, shows me each of my headings, which represent the data list that it's finding on my spreadsheet. So I'm going to choose discount month, whose values, you can see it's already set to values on the screen. I'd like to sort the order of those items. Now the order is presently set to A to Z, and obviously that's not what I want. So if I click into that list, I have the option to go into what's called a custom list. Inside this custom list window, you'll see the various options that are preset in Microsoft Excel, and you'll then pick the one that suits your data most. Just be aware that you might sometimes type out Jan rather than January, so you would pick the appropriate one to suit your information. So I'm going to pick it with the months typed out in full, because that's obviously what I've used. And then you'll click OK twice to get out of the sorting windows. And once that is done, you'll see that your list is now sorted in a more logical order rather than an alphabetical order. So I can see that I've got all my Januaries followed by February's, March, etc. And of course, where there's more than one item in a particular month, like you can see it over here in September, October, November, that it will repeat that month until it gets on to the next item in the next month. I hope that's useful. Why don't you send me a message if there's anything else you'd like to learn about in Mrs. Max Tips.